show is not suitable for children, sensitive men, or insecure women. Can you trust somebody that doesn't take care of their kids?
I don't trust no man on earth that does not take care of their children.
What's the biggest red flag in a relationship?
Low effort and not being honest.
Most of the time you would think that a bad financial mistake would be spending money on clothes or vacation or like spending money on women. My worst financial mistake was buying a home.
Like a king, give me my crown.
Game time. Game time. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. We back.
We back. Ooh. Shout out to Game Guy Goldie last week. Legendary.
Salute to Goldie, man. A lot of game. A lot of people was pleasantly surprised by the episode. They didn't know what to expect, but they actually enjoyed it.
The great part about being when you live in your truth, and as an investor, whether you're a content creator, you should be able to walk into any arena and handle yourself. Like even when I did the interview with the affiliate, as soon as the headlines came out, they're like, "Oh, it's drama." I'm like, "I'll go into the Lions Den and stand strong." Period. Don't matter where you at. So kudos to Goldie for putting on an amazing show. And even if you don't like his delivery, there's a lot of truth in what he was saying.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. Man, tomorrow, big episode for Earn Your Leash at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We got none other than Country Wayne.
Yeah,
Country Wayne.
That's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, 1 billion views a month on Facebook. Eight figures a year from ad revenue alone. Killing the game, man. 1,200 pieces of content every single month. He's
that in itself is a blueprint. Okay, really quick before we go through the rest of the ads or show announcements, can you tell the creators that the 3 pieces a day, that era's over? It's over. It's dead. This is not 2020. You may not want to say it. Tune into the episode tomorrow, but sometimes success leaves clues, right? Infinite scale. I look at Country Wayne the same way I do Tepper or Warren Buffett. He is a portfolio manager of content. Like he's getting higher returns from the ad platforms than investors are getting out of their funds. Tune into the episode. Learn from everyone. 1,200 pieces of content a month. Bro. Shout out to him. Shout out to my dad. My dad put me on Country Wayne. He's like, man, you need to follow. He's funny. But the business acumen, I'm like, okay. I'm definitely gonna be taking notes on this one.
Shout out to Country Wayne. Talk about how he doesn't curse purposely. Yeah, he's gave a lot of information. So check that out tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Number 1 creator on Facebook, somebody that's killing the game. Man, we got InvestFest. Get your tickets to InvestFest. We announced the lineup. Serena Williams will be headlining. We got Ian Dunlap, 19 Keys. We got Mike Novogratz, billionaire. We got John Morgan, billionaire. We got Steve Harvey. We got Nick Cannon. We got Snar Bovell. We got Julian Brown. We got Derek Falcon.
Tough.
We got T.I., Jermaine Dupri, Big Bank. I mean, very eclectic.
It's a legendary run, yo. And everyone in that list you named, they've had an amazing run in a bunch of areas. Even Bank. Bank has had a tremendous run this last year, when you can argue media is probably tougher than ever. So this lineup,
on fire. Like sometimes, but one of these people will be like, we got Keith Lee, like we got, it's too much. Like it's too much. Lala Anthony, like it's too much. It's honestly too much. Like a lot of these people could be a headliner within themselves. Like
for sure,
Anthony Anderson. Oh man,
yep.
Tashonda Brown Duckett,
icon.
Only Black woman that's a CEO of a Fortune 100 company. Man, it's crazy. Like it's really crazy. So,
like what does TIA Craft manage? How much?
It's a lot. Troy, can you look that up? Can you Google that? I want to say like 14 trillion something.
Yeah, they close to a quarter quadrillion. It's
crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, it's it's always a good time leading up to InvestFest. So get your tickets now. Man, get your vendor booths. VIP night. We're gonna be announcing that information soon. Black tie affair, different location. You gotta elevate. That's the key to life. It's just elevation.
You have to keep elevating at all.
Nearly $2 trillion dollars assets under management.
I like it. Understate the assets under management. They've been saying $2 trillion for 6 years.
Any announcements, Ian?
Yeah, Stock Club will be this Sunday at 4 p.m. Central. We got a couple special guests. We'll have Ben Carlson on. We'll have my brother Ty on going over AI.
The politician, Ben Carson?
No.
Oh, I thought. Okay.
Politics, religion. I learned 50 was up there when he got up.
Did he die? The guy that ran for president?
I don't know.
The surgeon?
We're not putting death on him. Oh, I don't know.
No, I think he might have passed. All right.
God rest his soul. At a point. And then Dan Fleischman, friend of the show. So we got a triple header. Pause if you got to be immature and all that. But tune in to Sunday. Kudos to my brother, who I can't say your name, but another Red Panda millionaire was minted. I'm proud of you. Just because he was able to do it, it does not mean that you are guaranteed the same outcome and result. But if I made you money, please put yes in chat. And shout once again, shout to we're gonna get into the album, but shout to Conductor, shout to my Toronto fam, Overcast, Zanya, Nico, Baca, the whole team. I'm proud of y'all. Let's run it up and get your tickets to InvestFest. Code for Red Panda is in Telegram, and I'm working on my stage show now, man. I'm in a good creative zone.
Let's
good
get
creative
it.
Zone.
Shout out to Dan Fleischman. He's gonna be at InvestFest too.
Big facts.
He's one of the ones.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the ones. So if you want Stock Club, make sure you catch him because
for sure
he got $100 million worth of game for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and get there early. Last time we had Stock Club call, the 1,000 slots filled up in 2 minutes. Get there early. Be on an hour early. A lot of game to give. A lot of investment advice to give. Let's run it up.
Ben Carson's still alive. It was Herman Edwards. No, not Herman Edwards. Herman, what was his name? Remember that surgeon, Black Republican?
Yeah.
Herman Cain?
Herman Cain. Yeah.
Herman Cain. I think he died.
Yeah. God rest
yeah, rest in peace. Okay, let's get into it.
He died before MAGA gave away reparations.
That's a fact. Never got his chance. Okay. So we got the brother Godfrey coming on in a minute. So I don't want to waste too much time, but shout out to the New York Knicks. Man, that was a legendary game last night. I actually watched it. The end of it, that was crazy. That was a crazy comeback. So, one thing I'll say is that there's nothing like a New York Knicks fan as far as the intensity level and in New York. And I've been to the Yankees parade. We skipped school to go to the Yankees parade when they won the World Series. I respect the Giants, what they've been able to accomplish.
The Jets fans are delusional.
Yeah, the Jets don't really count. And the Nets don't really count either. They're not winners. But the Giants have a strong history. The Yankees have the strongest history. Mm-hmm. But they're not comparable to the Knicks fans. The Knicks, New York Knicks
fans are different, bro.
The Knicks run New York.
They run the city. Mm-hmm.
The New York Knicks fans are crazy, man. I'm torn with this series because it's Donovan Mitchell. Mm-hmm. That's the hometown hero. That's our guy. Donovan Mitchell played in my tournament. I had a summer league tournament, and he was, I think, like 11 or 12 years old, and he played in the summer league.
Okay.
Tournament. He had like a size 15 shoe, but you could just tell he was special. Yeah. Like he was special back then. We know his family, his dad. We was actually there when he got drafted. So we was in the family suite of the Barclays Center when he got drafted. So we connected.
That's
with
home
him.
team. Yeah.
And then James Harden, James Harden, he's only done one podcast interview his whole career. His whole entire career, he's only done one podcast interview. Do you know who that podcast interview is with?
Legendary interview. J.H. don't sit with he don't even want nobody around him.
Nah,
gang.
So that's the bro, man. Shout out to James Harden. Earn Your Leisure episode. Shout out to James Harden. Shout out to the Six Side.
Yeah.
The other
six side. Yeah.
Other six side.
But he the other Hefe boy.
That's all family. So I don't know anybody on the Knicks personally, and we know the top two players on the Cavs. But I'm still connected to that New York energy, so I can never go against the Knicks. I'm not one of these New Yorkers that hates the Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan per se, but I root for the Knicks. I'm a LeBron fan, so if LeBron's playing, I gotta go. But if LeBron's out, by default, I have to go for the Knicks. And I'm happy that the Knicks is in a good spot. I think that Jalen Brunson, this is where I'm getting with this whole thing. Jalen Brunson, to me, is the top 5 New York Knicks player ever.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
It's a great conversation. Okay, so let's go through.
You got Earl of Pearl.
Yep.
You got
Willis Reed.
You got Patrick Ewing.
Yep.
You got Clyde Frazier.
Bucket.
Clyde Frazier.
You got to go back into the YouTube files for those. Yeah.
And then I think you got Jalen Brunson. And Jalen Brunson might not be 5. He might be higher on the list, depending. And then honorable mentions, you got Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo, yeah.
Allen Houston.
Allen Houston was a bucket, bro. John Starks was tough.
John Starks a legend. John Starks actually a legend. What's my man that used to get buckets? Like he was a machine. He was a scoring machine. Troy, what's his name?
Who, Tim Thomas?
Nah. He played like in the early 90s, late 80s, maybe the 80s. But he was known for just scoring.
Damn. He was a guard?
Yeah, like a swing man. Bernard King.
Oh, but
Bernard King.
I don't know. He maybe Bernard King was
a bucket. Bernard King was a bucket.
First Jordan, like
Bernard King was a bucket.
He is a instant just put the ball in the basket hooper, yo. It's some of the ones that don't like Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. It's just some of them who are they get on the court, destroy. For those of you who don't know about Tim Thomas in high school.
No, Tim Thomas was one of the ones. He was one of the ones. Shout out to Tim Thomas. Had the
body slam you and give you 35.
No, Tim Thomas. That was a great era. But yeah, so the Knicks had a lot of great players. I can't front. What's the senator's name? They had the politician that used to be a Knicks player. Bradley.
Yeah.
Bradley. But I don't know. I don't know.
They got a lot of old school players that are like low key. I know the perception, and I hate the kudos to him for just graduating. J.R. Smith, when he first got to New York, stupid.
No, J.R. Smith was talented. Look, I played against J.R. Smith when we're around the same age, when we was like 12, 13 years old. This is when they had Eastern Invitational basketball camp, and I remember seeing J.R. Smith when he was in 9th grade. He was one of these people. Once again, you know somebody
you see it early,
like you can see it. Mike Beasley, I went to school with Beasley. I knew he.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, IMG. Okay. Some people get better as they get older, and then some people you just
instantly have it. Yeah, like Derrick Rose,
13, 12. It's just like, nah, this kid is different.
Yeah.
J.R. Smith was one of the most talented players. I don't think he maximized his potential.
Yeah.
But just from pure talent, he didn't go to college. He went straight from high school.
Is that more system or him? Because, like, okay, we always have a conversation about players who didn't live up to potential, but why don't we never have the conversation about GMs who underdeliver for the players? It's a lot of that, bro.
It happens. It definitely happens. Sabotage. A lot of GMs sabotage a player.
Yep.
But also, I feel like a lot of players, I don't want to say they sabotage themselves, but they don't reach the highest level because they don't put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you can become a great player just off of pure talent, but to be that all-time next level, I don't think there's no all-time next level player. Even Allen Iverson, I love him to death. But
yes, yeah, kudos, Bubba Chuck. But yeah, past year 5, it was waning interest in. But you could argue some of that was the Larry and Pat Croce situation, and you not putting up, like, he took probably the worst team in NBA history to the finals. And
that's a fact. And I see that somebody tried to discredit that. They're like, who keeps saying that they took the worst team? He 100% took the worst team. What are we talking about?
Kudos to Aaron McKee.
Shout out to Eric Snow. I thought Eric Snow was the worst point guard I've ever seen, but I respect that he made it to
the league.
Yeah. I used to hate Eric Snow's game so much because I was an Iverson fan, so I watched him. So yes, Aaron McKee. I liked Aaron McKee though. Aaron McKee was
a bucket.
He was a blue collar. Mm-hmm. He was a blue collar dude. I respect Mutombo. I respect Mutombo for a defensive prowess.
Todd McCullough.
But let's be honest, Eric
Matt Geiger.
Matt Geiger was actually decent. He was actually decent. Okay, whose team is worse? That team or the LeBron Cavaliers?
But they had Delonte.
No. The one that they had.
When they went against the Spurs,
they had Mo Williams.
Mo Williams was a bucket though. Mo was he averaged what?
He was a bucket when Kurt. All right, they had Mo Williams. they had Ilgauskas. Remember Ilgauskas?
Zdrunas Ilgauskas. I'm taking him over Geiger any day. What? The crazy part, I'm gonna be in Charlotte and see Matt Geiger. Be the smallest little thing, yo.
Yo, that LeBron Cavs team was shaky, bro.
Tough.
That was a shaky team.
Yeah, I think the Sixers was worse though, because I can't remember anybody off the bench of that team.
And Troy said, remember Big Z? He said Mo Williams and Z was both All-Stars. They were both All-Stars because they played with LeBron.
Yeah.
That's why they were All-Stars.
Yeah,
Mo Williams wasn't no All-Star on his own. Mo Williams was an All-Star because of LeBron.
Mo was a bucket, but especially at that time, LeBron was really making sure to feed everybody at the time. Bubba Chuck, you get on your own, my boy.
Get it off the rim.
For real. Tyrone Hill. That and Larry Brown, that bullshit he did behind the scenes, boy. Yeah. Shout out to Pat Croce. Pat was trying to look out, but you can argue Larry's blocking some of the trades they wanted to make to get him some help.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Damn, that was fun. That brought back memory lane.
Some memories. Mm-hmm.
That brought back memory lane, man.
Yeah.
But shout out to the Knicks, man. I hope they win. Like I said, I gotta support the Cavs, but I gotta go with the hometown team. But I want to see them versus Wembanyama. Wembanyama to me gonna be one of the greatest players. He's top. He's gonna be top. You
called that earlier. Shout out to Tim Martin. I see the work that you've done with him, paying off. He that Steph 3.
It's not even fair. Like, it's not fair. Like, you play. Remember Space Jam?
Mm-hmm.
That's him.
Yeah,
like, you playing against the team of like you playing against you can't. The dude is 7'7".
Yeah. And on top of
40.
that,
he's shooting from 40 on the pull-up.
Netting it too. And that beef he had with Chet. Like, we don't get into the basketball beefs. Like, we talk a lot about the rap beef. Then basketball beefs be real.
That's a fact.
Him and Chet.
Wemby, that boy Wemby. I
different.
I don't know what you do. What do you do?
And
he's a dog. He elbowing people in their face, like looking like he's not he's really like that.
And Joker got robbed for MVP. Crazy. Shout to Shay, but
okay. Yeah.
Second take.
On that note, let's bring our guest up.
Icon living. Midwest icon.
What's the deal?
What up?
My guy.
Godfrey. What's going on, my
brother? Midwest.
Hey, Midwest love. Hey.
What up?
How you doing, man?
Fellas?
Man, it's a long time coming, man. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I was like, okay, I know them dudes. Let's do it.
Yeah. First, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. Just grinding, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Same old, man. Like what you guys do, podcasting, social media.
Yeah.
That's what we do now. That's what everybody does now. It's not the traditional stuff. Like, usually it'd be a bunch of auditions. You're auditioning for stuff, whether it's commercial or TV or movie stuff. All that stuff is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is few and far between right now.
So it's all new age media, not really traditional at all for you, right?
Right. No, yeah. I don't even, man, when I go to a hotel now, I don't even turn the TV on anymore.
Same. It's background.
3-4 years, I don't even turn the TV on.
Yeah.
If they got like Netflix or something, I'll like click on that just in case I want to see something. But I don't watch TV. I don't really watch regular TV. Is trash.
Yeah, that's tough.
It is it's so whack, yo. Unless you're trying to watch Steve Harvey 3 hours of Family Feud. But other than that, you trying to see survey shit? Yeah, for 3 hours. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like
We are gonna get a text. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nah, I'm with you. I feel like it's decoration for your house at this point. Like you
Yep.
gotta have it, but it's like who really watch?
yeah.
It's a mural of the old age.
Yeah.
I thought I would never not watch TV. You know, there's a point where I was like, oh, this is what I do. I watch TV. This is what I turn TV on. Oh man, I don't even unless I'm going, like I said, unless I'm doing some Amazon thing or Hulu or whatever, I'm watching specific series and stuff or old stuff like Sanford and Son. I'm always watching Sanford and Son, Good Times, all that stuff, and Seinfeld, whatever. But yeah, man.
How are you managing the new media, the podcasting, while still being a great comedian? Because there are some who haven't been able to balance both. Like, I like Theo Von, but if we're gonna be honest, when it was time to do the special, it didn't go so well, right?
Oh so yeah, he kind of cracked up or something, right?
Yeah, he broke down. So how are you managing being a great comedian and also dominating in this new media landscape?
It's no shit. First of all, the fact that during COVID is when I got on it, I was like, you know what? I was watching Dame Dash live with Dame Dash. He's talking to one of his friends. And Dave Dash was like, yeah. And then his boy was like, yo, man, what you about to do, man? What you doing for COVID? He was like, fuck you think I'm gonna do? You know, he goes, yo, it's like it's time to create, man. If you're a creator and you ain't doing shit, you're stupid because everybody's at home. And I just that's like, he's right. I was like, man, let me go and do this, man. So I started doing lives like every day for 2 years straight. I never missed a live. I did it for like 4 to 5 hours. I would just be on. I said, let me just do that. I'm pretty good at that. So I would just be on there talking to different people, randoms, you know, who wants to come on? And, you know, and then doing that, I just, you know, Nas sent me a message. Nas, Lenny Kravitz, you know what I'm saying? I had a comment. Nas gave me his number. I talked to Nas for like 2 hours, just about everything. It was crazy. I was talking to him in the first half hour. I said, you know you Nas, right? Oh, okay. Shit, I was like, damn. Yeah. But just doing that and connecting. And then from there, I said, yeah, let me connect with some of these influencers. So there was a guy named Rennie, right? Rennie dope. Oh, man. So damn funny, man. And people were like, yo, there's a kid that looks like you, kind of. You know, y'all should do something. My boy is one of my friends, this guy, a bouncer at one of the clubs. He's like, yo, yeah, this dude look just like you, man. You need to connect with this dude. And I said, what? I said, yeah, he is funny as hell. So I connected with him and we started doing videos together. Like I was his like stepdad and stuff, like weird. We were just doing weird ass videos.
Just creating, yeah.
Yeah. And then from there, I started going viral with him. And then I would go to like, when I would go out of town or whatever, other like cities and countries, they'd be like, oh, you're the one that does the stuff with Rennie. Oh, I was in Germany. You were the one with Rennie. I saw you. You know, I was like, what the hell? Yeah. So I said, man, and Rennie was like, this is how you got to do it, man. You got to like hook up with us and, you know, start doing videos and sketches. So I started doing that. Then I said, hey, man, I want to hook up with King Batch, man. King Batch, you know, King Batch. Rennie's like, yeah, that's my man, you know? So boom, I hook up with King Batch and his crew, a guy named Pop Vasquez. And I remember we was, King Batch came to New York. I live in New York now. King Batch came to New York City and he was in the hotel and he said, yo, come on over this way. We're all shooting sketches right now. I said, all right. So Safari was there. Safari. Yeah, Safari was always they were just shooting videos.
Yeah.
And so I said, man, I got an idea since we're in this hotel. I'm gonna do a video of a noisy neighbor, you know, do a noisy neighbor video. So it's a video of, we did it in like 10 minutes. I said, when I come in, I'm gonna tell you all, can you guys keep it down, be quiet, all right? And then I'm gonna come back and go, yo, who's taking a shower? Yo, that's mad loud. Yo, I'm trying to sleep, yo. Yo, put your shower on. Do that or something. I'm trying to sleep, right? Then I come back again. I go, yo, who's doodling, man? Who's doodling, man? Who's doodling, man? Yo, who's doodling, man? He's like, what do you mean? Your doodles is mad loud, son. I can hear you doodling, man. And so I say, yo, he's like, yo, I say, yo, your splashes is loud when you doodle, man. I can hear that shit. Why don't you like let the doodles hit the side of the bowl and roll into the dough? This is so dumb. It's such a dumb sketch. And I'm doing it with Conceited from Wild 'N Out. Conceited answers the door. King Batch is in the back, like pretends like he's in the bathroom. I say, your doodles is mad loud, man. Right? So that sketch was dumb as fuck, but it went viral as hell the next day. 5 million. And I didn't even realize that because I'm walking down the street and Garbage Man, you know, in New York, if you have a city worker notice you, you know it's big because they don't give a damn about anybody. All they care about their pension and getting to the crib, right? So, bam, this garbage dude, he stops. He's like, yo, check it out, man. He said, yo, son, your doodles is mad loud. Your doodles. And when I said, like, I didn't even think about it. I was like, what? He's like, he goes, yo, doodles, let the doodle hit the side of the bowl, son. Yo, that shit is viral, man. I was like, oh, wait a minute, the sketch I did. From there, yeah, man, that sketch. And sometimes I repost it for like nostalgia's sake, and it gets big numbers. So from there, I started to connect with King Batch, D Storm, just all the crew in LA. And from there, man, that's when I started turning the camera on myself and started doing voices. You know, I started doing Steve Harvey. That I did a viral Steve Harvey thing that I didn't even know that. You know, I thought everybody did Steve Harvey. You know what I mean? But I did Steve Harvey. I was like, because Afion Crockett, Jay Farrow, they all called me, said, man, I didn't know you do Steve Harvey. I go, don't you do Steve Harvey? It's like, hell no. I said, damn. So I started doing Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey texted me, I'm going to kick your ass, boy. You know, I can see his face. I'm kick your ass, boy. Yeah, that type of shit. So I started doing that. And so I started doing just more voices, you know. I would do, I just turned the camera to myself and started to really do stuff with Jay Farrow, Aries Spears, all of them online. So that was another thing that was going viral. You know what I'm saying? So, and from there, that was it. It just started to snowball. You know?
One thing I like about your podcast is killing it too, is that you definitely mix a lot of political takes into your comedy, right? So I want to ask you a question because I know a lot of your content is based around Africa. So
you talking about 154?
Yeah,
because I have in Godfrey We Trust. I have the other one I've been doing for 7 years.
Okay.
But 154, we just started 9 months ago with Akbar B. Jamila from NFL and Ninja Warrior and The Talk with Cheryl Underwood. So they came up with the concept. When I did Club Shay Shay, and I had gotten my account taken from me. Right, I was closing in on 1 million on my and so they like to cancel black creators all the time. Right, you know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They like to always penalize black creators and let white creators steal all your shit. You know, so they did that to me, and I was on Club Shay Shay, and I told them before we shot, "Hey, man, my account is gone." And Shannon Sharp said, "Well, we're gonna make sure we find a way to get your thing back. That's what we're gonna." That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about that right after.
Shout to Shannon. Oh my God.
Shannon's my man. And when I did Shannon, I imitated Shannon in front of Shannon. Because he let me though. People said, man, you was imitating him without his permission. I said, are you out your damn mind? He let me. He said, I want you to imitate me. I want to see you. And so I did that. And from there, his crew, his team said, hey, we want to work with you on your account, your new account, to get you back to where you need to be. So I said, well, I've always done everything on my own. But they were like, no, I think you need a management team. I said, well, okay, well, I've never paid for any of that before, but I do need my stuff back. And I do need some help And so they offered me a certain amount they actually discounted me and said, let us prove ourselves first. And then, yeah, man, in under 6-7 months, I got to almost $1 million again. I was able to learn algorithms and all that other stuff, you know, and so that helped. And so now I'm like in the mix, you know what I'm saying? And then they're the ones that came up with the concept of 154. They came up with it. My man, CJ and Heather, they said, hey, we got this idea. It's about the African diaspora, 154, one continent, 54 countries. And you got with Akbar B. Jamila. He's from the NFL. He's Nigerian American like you. He grew up in Crenshaw. You grew up in Chicago. I said, ooh, that shit sounds good, man. Hell yeah. And boom, we hit the ground running. And for a podcast to be on for only like 6, 7, 8 months, we killing it.
Taking off. Yeah.
I mean, let me ask you a question about Africa, right? Because like I said, you know a lot of your content. So I spent a lot of time in Africa. We've been to probably like 14 different countries.
Yeah, that's dope. I saw a thing of you talking about that. Yeah.
Thank you. But one thing that I think is interesting is the relationship that a lot of Africans have with the former colonizing country. Like, there's not a lot of like, and that's the one thing, because it's like, you know, you come from America as a Black American, like you train to like really, really dislike a lot of people, right? Like and you don't trust people. And we was going, they like, no problem. Like, it's no problem with the French. It's no problem with the British. And I just saw the French president, they get kicked out of 3 countries in West Africa, and then they go to East Africa and they roll out the red carpet. And he's like, yo, we're the true Pan-African. I'm like, did you not forget everything that just happened like 30, 40 years ago, like Belgium? But it's all these countries though. It's England, it's Belgium. Like, they just come back, and I just want to understand the psychology of why is there no resistance, or why is there no like real deep hatred for these countries?
It's almost like Stockholm syndrome or something, you know, like they miss being held captive. You know what I mean? They I don't think there's any value. I'm not saying there's no value, but there's sort of like they feel they have more value with white folks around, with colonizers around. They feel like, you know, I don't know if we can run our government as well as them. It's like the whose ice is colder, the black ice man or the white ice man. And black people go, no, the white man is way colder than him. The nigga, it's not that cold. You know, it's all melted and shit. And we've got them, you know, it's that massive shit. You know, that's what I think. Even though like Africans and African Americans, sometimes we clash, and it's like, no, we've all been traumatized by white dominance. You know, and actually colonialism is first before Black American suffrage. It happened in Africa, really, I think first. Or maybe not, because, well, maybe around the same time, because you got Native Americans. There's Black Native Americans also, and Black people that were here already. So there's that, you know. So, yeah, it's just, it's a deep brainwashing. And I think it's almost in the DNA. The trauma. You know, there's a thing they had, there's an experiment they did with rats, right? There's these rats they had in a box, and they were trying to talk about generational trauma. There's these rats in a box, and every time that they had an opening, and every time the rats came to the opening, they would shock the rats. They would shock them, and the rats would retreat. They would retreat. They did it for them for months. They did it to them for months, shocking the rats, shocking the rats, shocking the rats. Then those rats had offspring, right? And then the offspring automatically stayed away from the opening. They never went to the opening. It was like generational trauma. The trauma was passed down to the next generation. And I think that's what has happened to Africa. You know, just that constant Portuguese, Dutch, English, German, you know, all of that colonization and the degradation of Africans, the just seconds class citizenship, and just centuries of it. And still to this day, it's still there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Even, you know, you got Africans that speak French and Portuguese and all these different languages, not because they wanted to. It looks cool now, but imagine the first day of colonization. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's just ingrained in them.
Programming. Yeah.
It sucks, man. It's like, why are you rolling out? Haven't you seen their resume? How much more damage do you want these people to do? They're going to without Africa, Europe collapses.
Absolutely.
The French president Jacques Chirac in the 70s said that. Mm-hmm. Without Africa, we collapse. We need their chocolate. We need all their
resources.
Resources, because I mean, the Eiffel Tower was sponsored by Haiti. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Haiti paid for the Eiffel Tower. Tour Eiffel, as they say in Francais. If it weren't for France, for Haiti, you wouldn't have that. Haiti had to pay you for their freedom, which is insanity, man. So yeah, it's colonial brainwashing, because it makes no sense why you want them there. Exactly. Unless if they're visiting, visit now, get the fuck out of here. But it's like, how do you miss that shit? And there's they boarded off all the African countries. In Italy, in Europe, you can go to Italy, by train. You can go wherever you want to. But they, back in the day, they boarded off everything to make sure Africans stay away from each other, make sure their philosophies are different. That's like what's happening in South Africa, where they're kicking out Africans right now. Mm-hmm. And there's that one leader there.
Yeah, that guy is crazy.
This fucking cartoon of a Negro he's walking around in his costume. You go get out of everything. Now, we don't want to pick your bakes. Get out, pick. Yeah, shut.
Well, but then he gets around. When you're talking to the white people,
when he's around white people, it's like, we move it, 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 we move it. This thing,
oh my God.
He's like a fucking Pixar cartoon. What's wrong with this dude, man? You don't have that same energy for the whites, you fucking coon. It's disgusting. You're going to sit there messing. Now they saw them at the Somalian embassy in Somalia, and they're telling the Somali. They're like, just listen, we're going to
5,000 people right now ready.
We have 5,000 to attack. We're going to go to all the embassies. I'm like, now you want to be a warrior now?
Exactly.
Now you want to go to those Dutch people who have been there since the 1600s. Who call you kafir, which means, it's like nigga. Mm-hmm. Go to them that own 80% of your shit. Why don't you go to Orania, where it's an all-white town where they don't allow blacks in South Africa. 2,000, it's a 2,000 people town called Orania, and they don't let black Africans in it. They have their own government. I go, take all 5,000 of you Zulus and go take over that 2,000 seater over there. Why don't you go take that? Go beat them up. But it's brainwashing. It's sickness. You know what I mean? I don't know if you saw the video of my boy, this guy named Learn More Jonasi. He's a Zimbabwean comedian, and he talked about the Lion King.
Oh yeah, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he said, you know what that means? He goes, look, it's a lion. Oh my God. Right? That's all it means. And so I went, look, it's a lion. Oh my God. So I made fun of it. And that shit went supremely viral. Hundreds of millions of views.
Yeah.
And so the dude that created the song, his name is Lee Boem. I never knew about him. When you think about South Africa, all you think about is maybe Hugh Masekela and Mandela. Or maybe Marion Makeba, famous singer or whatever. And so this dude wanted to sue the Zimbabwean comedian because he made fun.
I saw that. Yep.
And he said, yeah, this is a very special. I go, it's a cartoon. The Lion King was a cartoon about talking lions. It's 34 years old. What you mad about? Mm-hmm. But then someone sent me a video of Seth Rogen making fun of the same thing. Really? Practically, we both did the same. And I've never seen his video, but Seth Rogen was like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me it just means, look, there's a lion? That's weird. And he starts going, look, there's a lion. And that dude never approached him. Here's another example of brainwashing white folks. You didn't say anything about Seth Rogen 7-8 years ago, but you mad at a kid from Zimbabwe because, a lot of South Africans don't like Zimbabweans or Nigerians. And I'm not saying all of them are like that, but it's just there's tension going on between these African countries. So, yeah.
Speaking of brainwashing, what's going on with Aries Spears, yo?
First of all, Aries, I'm gonna tell you something. But what do you mean in what respect? Because Aries is my guy. Listen, and that's a legitimate question, because from outside looking in, I've known Aries for so long. Yeah, Aries is an acquired taste, talented as shit, smart, and Aries is a loose cannon. Aries will say what he says. He keeps it 100. It's not like he hates on one thing about Aries is like, if he doesn't like something, he'll just say it. Yeah. Aries will be like, yeah, I don't really like this dude. That's how Aries does that. Yo, he's not a good actor. He's good at this, but I don't think he's good at that. That's Aries. And if you're dope, he'll be like, yo, that's my man. Like when he was complimenting Ryan Davis and stuff like that.
That pissed a lot of comedians off, though.
I think the down south thing really struck a nerve for people.
When he's talking about Quavo?
No, well, he had double.
Man, why you gonna do it like that?
He did another one saying that he'll never perform in the Deep South because they was too unintelligent to actually.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, I talk to Aries. I tell him like a dog, man, you gotta chill out with that, man. You gotta chill out with that. The South, man, they're great people, man. And Southern people are very smart, bro. You can't go by the way they talk, because I know math geniuses that have a country ass accent. They'll be like, if you divide the differential equation, you got to divide it by 3.14 pi. That's where you get the difference from that. And I sound like I'm smarter, but I know people with Southern accents that are super brilliant. Like, he shouldn't say that, because the South is so embracing. Man, I kill it in the South, whether it's Tennessee, Nashville, North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama. What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? You got some of the greatest minds in the South. George Washington Carver was from the South. You're talking about one of the greatest inventors in the world, who did so much with peanuts and literally changed the whole landscape of the South, agricultural landscape of the South, single-handedly. Thomas Edison wanted George Washington Carver to work with him, and George Washington Carver said, no, I need to be in the South for my people. And he was able to create dyes and detergents, and there's a book called The Man Who Loved Flowers. It's about George Washington Carver. It's a great book, and he was from the South. There's a lot of Southern brilliant innovators that created and invented a lot of things. You know what I mean? That were former slaves. Like, you got Booker T. Washington, who was a former slave who ended up founding Tuskegee University. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, but even to the point of, like, let's say the back and forth with Aries and Vlad. And
listen, Vlad, I left Vlad because he made a comment about Minister Farrakhan. And me, I'm not a Nation of Islam guy, but I'm from Chicago, and I would go see him when I was 18 years old. I'd go to Savior's Day, and I went to University of Illinois. I went to Illinois. So as a pre-med psych major, it was a 45-something thousand students, PWI, predominantly white institution, and it was only 800 black students. And so I didn't know who the minister was. I just went to go see him on the south side of Chicago. I grew up on the north side of Chicago by the Cubs. I'm a Cubs fan. So, and I went to go see him, and that man changed my life, man, as far as just being dignified and unifying with other black folks, whether they're African, Caribbean, just that, studying. My father was an educator for 45 years in Chicago. So studying was a thing. We're Nigerians, man. Come on. My father be like, you have to read, go to the library 3 hours. Don't forget, So
book report.
My father put the book report on my desk. I have to see it. But, reading, Farrakhan really motivated me to navigate through a predominantly white university, how to deal with racism. And, you know, I wasn't a Muslim. There were some things I didn't always agree with him on, but I would go, man, that's real good motivation, man. Like, and so that really got me through being like my roommates being all white,
Yeah,
you
from
know, in the
ostracized.
dorms.
Yeah.
But, you know, we got along, but then there was that, at the time, we're listening to Public Enemy and KRS-One and you know, Brand Nubians and watching Spike Lee films. And I'm reading James Baldwin. I'm reading Zora Neale Hurston. I'm reading the Harlem Renaissance. I'm reading books like Stolen Legacy, Destruction of Black Civilization, Chancellor Williams, Black Athena. You're talking about Breaking the Chains of Psychological Slavery by Dr. Naeem Akbar. We brought in Stokely Carmichael to our campus. We brought in Sister Soldier. We brought in Daruba Ben Wahad, who was a Black Panther with Tupac's mother. So I hung out with Francis Cress Welsing, like, and the ISIS papers and all that. Yeah. So I got photos with them. So
wow.
So this is what, you know, this is what going to see Savior's Day motivated us to do. We formed our own Black book club. We had at the African American Culture Center, we actually put our money together, whatever money we had in college, barely had any, but we were able to buy books on our own, books about Black history, you know, pre-slavery history, African history. We had people come in and lecture us, like this brother named Ajwa Kwesi, Steve Coakley, all of these elders that would school us on politics, you know, socioeconomics, on Black America and Africa. And so I spent my whole college career just getting knowledged up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. And, yeah, so, what the hell was I gonna say? Yeah, so that, with Vlad saying what he said, I said, Vlad, you didn't even watch the speech, man. And as a man of Jewish faith, you literally went to the conclusion that he was talking to D.L. Hughley when he said it. And D.L. was just listening to him. And he was saying, yeah, you know, the minister said, we need to kill all all my people. And he never said that. He didn't say that. He said that Muslims, when they go to Mecca, they throw rocks at the Kaaba, the big black stone. He goes, we throw, it's the stone of truth that we throw at false, people who are false and, not righteous. It was a figurative statement that he made. And he's a very intelligent man. You know what I mean? Whether you like him or not, he's a very intelligent man. The man has been around. He's 94. So, he was around when there were colored water fountains. He was around where there was segregation and Jim. He was around that. We weren't. He was around that. So so I'm going to listen to a lot of things he has to say. I didn't have to drink from a colored water fountain. He did. You know what I'm saying? So, that's when I took off, because he didn't want to apologize, but now he apologized 5 years later. I go, but it took you that long. We asked you to apologize on the spot. But you had Nick Cannon apologize when he said his statements. You had Nick Cannon apologize like that. But with our people, you took 5 years. So I left. And, he tried to start a beef like, he was saying that I was this. I go, man, first of all, stop lying on me. I left with Lord Jamar, who eventually went back, which was corny as shit, though. He went back to Vlad, because after a flat earth discussion we had on my podcast, him and Lord Jamar, you remember that? Yeah. So after that, Lord Jamar went on other shows talking about me, dogging me out. But I was like, I'm not gonna start a beef with something. I didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? We joined forces and said, hey, we're gonna get off of Vlad's show because I don't think it's cool that a white dude is disrespecting black men. I don't believe in that shit. My thing is black manhood is so important to me.
While making a living off of black culture.
Off of black culture, and then you dating black girls will traumatize black women. Fuck with you, bro. That's what I know. When black women are sick of us, they date guys like you. All right? So, and I don't like that. I don't like that you pit black men against each other.
Yeah.
That is for me, that is like A1, fuck all that. You know what I mean? Have us arguing with each other. And then there's some black dudes that stay on there talking shit about each other. And it's whack. You know what I'm saying? And Aries was on it. You know, Aries was on it still. He said, yo, you know, this, and listen, for anybody that's on there, people have their purpose. I was on Vlad because I thought it was great interviews, whatever, you know, and I didn't know he was a white dude. I had no idea because I thought he was just an articulate black dude or whatever, because you don't see his face, right? And then when I said, oh, he's white, but I was like, but his interviews are good. And I knew why I was getting on it, because I wanted to, you know, I'm doing all this social media, so get on Vlad, add to the exposure. Hey, you use each other for the purpose, whatever.
Yeah.
And we was cool. And then after that situation, I was like, I'm out. And I didn't come back. And because here's the thing. When he said what he said about the minister, I got a DM from his grandson, Elijah Farrakhan. And when you got the Nation of Islam sending you voice messages going,
it's different.
when they go, beloved, we'd like to talk to you, beloved. I said, let me
When you get
let me
tasks,
answer this real quick. He's the head of the FOI too. I said, yes, sir, brother Elijah. He goes, man, just want to talk to you, man, because we know you from Chicago, and you know that's the headquarters of the nation, and we love what you do. We know you've loved the minister for a long time, and we would just wanted to know if you're gonna still. And remember, this is during COVID, and so they're like, "Are you still gonna be doing stuff with Vlad?" And by the way, I had no idea what was going on first, and so I was getting a lot of DMs where people said, "Hey man, are you gonna still keep tap dancing for this month?" And I was like, first of all, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, "What is going on?" And then Vlad calls me real quick and says, "Hey man, are we good? Are we good?" He goes, "Yeah, I was just wondering, are we good?" It's just no, because I go, "What are you talking about? I just finished doing a new video with you." "Yeah, I know, but there's some stuff going down, and I just wanted to make sure that that we were good." And so I said, "Yeah, okay." And so I started to connect the two. Then my son, the general, then West Coast Cam, who's a brother out of LA, he's a Nation of Islam dude, and he was like sending me videos. I go, "What in the hell is going on?" And then Lord Jamar told me the deal, and then we conferenced him and asked him, "Hey man, why don't you apologize? Just apologize for what you did, man, and that's it, and we can keep it moving." And he stood on 10 toes and said, "Nah, I'm not gonna let you guys bully me." I mean, we're not bullying you. We're just asking you that a man that means a lot to a lot of the community, even if it was Al Sharpton, for Christ's sake, like that's some people who has tried their best, not saying they're perfect, but it's black folks. Why can't you just have an apology for wrong information? That's all I'm saying. And from there, that's when we took off and left. That's when I left, and I was like, I'm standing on that. I'm not coming back. Even though he was like, "Yeah, Godfrey isn't coming back." I go, I know that. I'm not going to beg. I'm not coming back. But Lord Jamar ended up going. Man, that's like the syndrome again. Stockholm syndrome. Went back to the colonizer. You know what I mean? And this is not me shitting on Lord Jamar. It happens because you can go and see it. It's proof. It's just what happened. And then I got dogged out by both of them. And I was like, I'm not gonna start a beef with anybody, man. I didn't do anything to anybody, man. I tried to do the right thing. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. Black dudes fighting each other on. That shit's corny. By some white dude leading the charge? Fuck out of here. Well,
you made a good decision. Congratulations.
Yeah, and I'm sticking with. I'm like, why can't we support all the black podcasts? Why can't we all share and grow together? We're cooler than everybody else. What the hell? Why aren't we on different, like this podcast? Why can't we be on these different podcasts, from Shay Shay to this one to all of ours? Like even Aries has a. Why can't we all like have a network of ourselves, and we're sucking on the nipple of some white dude we think? And there's people that were like, "Yo, God, you need to come back to Vlad." I'm like, "No, you handkerchief head ass Negro."
Well, what do you
you ain't my baby. Shut the fuck up, man. People are disrespecting us, and you guys are gonna go back to that shit? No, especially if people don't want to hold themselves accountable. Because first of all, many white men do not like to have to apologize to a black male.
That's a
White men do not like to do that. They
especially publicly.
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah.
We are the bane of their existence, man. We're the bane of white male existence.
Also, it's a level of arrogance too, where they don't like. You see the Waka Flocka and Jake Paul.
Yeah, I thought Walker was gonna smack shit out of him.
But
Walker was very, very like.
And no, but he was trying to edge. But that's the arrogance. Jake Paul's whole thing. For people that didn't see it, is like, okay, Drewski does whiteface, I'm gonna do blackface. Like it's all the same. It's all love. It's just so he's like, no, there's no historical context of whiteface being derogatory and hateful and causing. There's a historical context of blackface, and it's painful, and it leads to lynchings, and it's so minstrel shows, and he's so the historical. But in his mind, he's like, no, it's not. I don't mean it like that. But that's that level of like just arrogance where. Even if, like you tried to educate Vlad, right? Even if somebody's trying to educate you, you feel that your superiority in your brain doesn't even hear what
he's not even listening. It's like and then they start deflecting. Well, I go, listen, you did something wrong, bro. Neil deGrasse Tyson said the most racist scientists were the German ones back in the early 19th century.
Yeah.
And they would always say that black men are inferior, our brain capacity is inferior, and that we are monkeys, we're related to monkeys and all shit. But then when they realized that whites were related to monkeys and black people were totally not related to monkeys, and that we're not even close to, we were 100% human, all of a sudden the narrative of the Neanderthal became the Neanderthals were smart. They were very advanced people. Once white folks found out that they were the closer to monkeys and not black people, because they'll call us monkeys and all this other stuff, but monkeys have thin lips and they take shit that don't belong to them. You feel me? I'm just
from a technical standpoint.
I never seen a full lip monkey. They don't, and they always snatch and taking your shit and won't give it back. And then when you try to take it from them, they're like, You feel me? Anyway, so what the hell was I saying? Oh God, I got off track.
All right, real quick, and other beef and drama.
The blackface thing.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was called Cork. Okay, Cork. The first televised comedian, his name was Burt Williams. Black man. He was Caribbean, light skinned, like you guys. He was your guys' complexion, and he had to put on blackface in order to make money. He was light skinned. Why
was that?
Because in order to make money, you had to buffoon yourself. You had to look like a buffoon. Because there's a book called On the Real Side, Laughing, Lying, and Signifying the History of African-American Humor from Slavery to Richard Pryor. I read it in college. It's a book that everybody should read. Every comedian should read, especially black comedians. And it talks about the black comedy circuit back in the early 1900s. You understand? And there was a time, and I'm in New York, in vaudeville in New York, it was illegal for a black person to do a show by themselves. You had to be in a duo and you had to wear blackface. You couldn't do stand-up comedy by yourself. It was illegal.
Yeah.
And so that history of blackface is so demeaning. Where you had Al Jolson, who was a Jewish comedian, Al Jolson, hello, my mom. He was famous for putting on blackface. Another guy by the name of Eddie Cantor, Shirley Temple put on blackface. Blackface was a normal thing in a lot of the old movies back in the day. MGM, Warner Brothers, they blackface with the big lips, making fun of black people. Black people were servants back in the day. You had Mantan Moreland, you had Willie Best, you had Ethel Waters, you had all of these people playing the maids and bucking their eyes, you know what I mean? And they had to talk in that, well, I say there, the other day there, I thought, well, yeah, well, Lord have mercy. They made them talk that way.
Yeah, it was in Tom and Jerry.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Thomas,
Mm-hmm.
get out. OWT out. They, it was all the, anytime when you look at Tom and Jerry was Hanna-Barbera's first cartoon before the Flintstones, that's all Hanna-Barbera. Flintstones, Jetsons, Hanna-Barbera. Tom and Jerry was their first one, 1940. I know my history. I don't play. 1940. And when there was an explosion in somebody's face, they would turn into a pickaninny, right? They would turn into a pickaninny. So that is like, it's such an atrocious history, especially of Black America.
And American
whites
media.
would look at Black people as these big lip, the dark skin, no matter what complexion we were. You know what I'm saying? So when you say white face, not the same thing, because Drewski looked like a white man. He looked like it was the appropriate complexion of a white person. He didn't just go put powder on his face and go, let's go. You know what I mean? If he just put like he was eating powdered donuts and went, all right, I'm a white guy, then that would be like, okay, you have something to complain about. But they have to deflect and go, oh, that's like doing blackface. No, it's not. You look at Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. He killed that shit. It was funny because he looked like a Black person because he actually had the complexion of a Black person. If you're being a Black person and you have the complexion, like let's say some guys got your complexion right. White dudes did you guys' complexion because first of all, Black people's complexion, there's over 36 different undertones of Black skin. You can go from albino all the way to blue black, and that's all facts. Why don't you get that correctly where it looks, because we have undertones. Now, that's not blackface. You understand? The reason why white folks have to be careful with the black face is because of the history of it. Don't forget that.
Yep.
So when Jake Paul, who is a genius at marketing, by the way, he's a genius dude at marketing. He was like, well, isn't this comedy? We're supposed to respect comedy. Dude, that's not what Waka Flocka is talking about. He's talking about the history of blackface. And then you want to come and get him back by wearing blackface? Man, you're gonna be in trouble if you do it. I think if you do, and this is not Africa. This is Black America. Black America will literally beat the black off you if you do that. You remember that saying, I'll beat the black off you? You will get the black beaten off you. I remember, it's so funny that you say Waka Flocka, because in Amsterdam, in Holland, and in Belgium, Holland and Belgium are not that far from each other because I did Dutch comedy for 10 years, okay? So in Holland, every December 5th, they have a thing called Sinterklaas. Like we have Santa Claus. It's called Sinterklaas and Zwarte Pieten. Zwarte means black. It's Santa Claus and Black Peters. You got to look that shit up. Sinterklaas and Zwarte Pieten. Zwierta. Zwarte. So it's a Santa Claus character, December 5th, that walks around with his helpers. They're called Black Petes. Okay? So these Black Peters, the chimney, they go down in the chimney, come out, and they have soot on their faces. Just streaks of soot, from the dirt, from the chimney. But they decide to put blackface on and red lips and afros. And they've been doing this for decades. And they do it also in Curacao. Curacao is a Dutch colony. Curacao is a Dutch colony. So a lot of people in Amsterdam are from Curacao and Suriname. Suriname is a South American colony, which it's basically black people that speak Dutch. It's like you go to Amsterdam, whatever, you see the black people, they're usually from Curacao, Suriname. So this blackface situation, they do it every year. So the people in Amsterdam that are black are trying to protest it, but they don't have enough, protest power for them to stop. And they keep doing it every year, and they do it in front of black children. And they use the word Zwarte Pieten to call you a nigga too over there. So I made a video some years ago that went viral, and I dogged them out. I said, how dare you wear blackface in front of I went in. And so it went viral. I was getting threats, like they were like, why don't you worry about your own racism in New York City? I go, well, New York is a Dutch colony. It was New Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Brooklyn is an actual Dutch city. It's called Brooklyn. It's the original is a Dutch city. Haarlem, the original spelling is 2 A's. It's a Dutch city. Haarlem is. You know that, right? The Bronx is a Dutch farmer. It's named after a guy named Jonas Bronk. So all of that stuff. The Yankees, it's a Dutch name. Yankees means gentleman. Yonkers is a Dutch name. Yonkers, that's where DMX is from. It's all of this Dutch shit. So I made that video and I said to some people were like, why don't you worry about that in New York? I said, well, since it's a Dutch colony, I said, why don't you wear blackface in New York City and see how that works out for you? I said, all of the boroughs would empty out and you, like Nas said, you get Timberland the fuck up. You understand? So it's a big difference with Black Americans. One thing about Black Americans, they beat your ass. Mm-hmm. They don't take no shit. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. And then Waka Flocka made a video about it a few years ago. Waka Flocka and Kim Kardashian. And so now I think there has been some changes because of social media. Mm-hmm. It was fucking with their tourism. So now I think there's some changes.
I saw that with the video. I don't know if it was. I saw a video of explaining that. I saw that on social media.
Yeah, and I went in and I do it every December 5th. I go, yeah, Merry Christmas.
Smart.
I hope you motherfuckers.
So you lived out there for 10 years?
No, I did comedy back and forth for 10 years. I did Dutch television. I did all that.
How did they treat you as a Black person?
I mean, it was fine. It was cool because there's a lot of mixing there. There's a lot of Black people, Asian people. It's a lot of mix. You know, it's weird. The Dutch are one of the biggest colonizers of the world. You got to think about that. Mm-hmm. South Africa, the Afrikaans, that's them. You know, when you see the double vowel, Dutch.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you know, but it's like America. There's a lot of Black people here, but then there's a lot of whites that are still racist as fuck, but we still live amongst each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When you know how sometimes white people get in the mood to just call people niggas, like that Chud the Builder.
It's crazy. Yeah,
he's in some trouble right now.
Yeah.
Yo, and I hope you get every mouth. He's chimping out, man. Chipping out, fucking nigger. Oh, of course he had mace and a gun on him. I thought he was just doing this with nothing on him. I said, he gonna be handled real soon. I know it's about to happen. But he knew who to do that to.
Yeah, and what area? He wouldn't do it in Memphis. He wouldn't do it in the south side of Chicago.
Yeah, and then there was a brother that had a gun.
Yep.
That came to the gas station and said, "What's up, Chud? Mm-hmm. I got my strap too. What's good?" And then all of a sudden he's on the phone. Hello, police. You know, and you know what? And it's really sad. It's disappointing that Black America is attacked and Black Americans didn't do anything to anybody. Mm-hmm. What did Black people do to deserve this kind of shit?
And to put it in context too, imagine if he did that to somebody that was Jewish or somebody that was Asian or somebody that was like the hate crime. There's a hate
crime and terrorists. Yep.
When's the last time you saw a hate crime law be applied to somebody that was Black?
No, nothing. The hate, the anti-Blackness is so real, man. And they're showing it. Like, Black people have done nothing to you. Mm-hmm. Black people built America. Black Americans built America. You look at all the inventions. Black Americans, Let's go from the doorknob. I wish Black people didn't invent the doorknob because that's how white people were able to slam it on us. But no niggers. Damn, the knob. Mm-hmm. Shit, brother was like, damn. The doorknob. I'm just going to name some inventions of Black Americans. Mm-hmm. Our security system.
Yep.
Marie Van Bright in 1966, she was a nurse in Queens, New York, made the ADT that we have now, the security system, a Black woman. The sanitary napkin, Mary Kenner. You're talking about Otis Boykin, the pacemaker. You're talking about first open heart surgery, Daniel Hale. You're talking about plasma and blood transfusion. Charles Drew of Omega Psi Phi, who was not even who was in a car accident and couldn't be admitted to a hospital and he had just discovered plasma and blood transfusion, and they didn't let him to a hospital because he was Black after discovering it. Okay, we got the elevator, we got the escalator. We got Gladys West, who just passed away, who was an innovator of the GPS that we have in our car system. We have the caller ID. We have caller ID. We have Shirley Jackson. We have 3D imaging. We have laser eye surgery. We have the brother who's still alive, James West, who did all the microphones we speak on is because of him, the acoustician. You know what I'm saying? So we got the remote control. Mr. Jackson with the remote control. We have Henry Sampson with the cell phone. We got Lonnie Johnson with the Super Soaker, who just got his money. Finally. The NASA toy maker who got his money. We can keep going.
Traffic signal.
The traffic light.
The tracking signal.
And we found out on our show, one of the forefathers of artificial intelligence.
It's Blackwell.
Yep, Blackwell.
Blackwell. I just saw, I was like, it's like, but they hide this shit constantly.
Purposely.
You got camera inventions, you got car inventions, there's people maybe didn't discover right away certain things, but helped enhance it. You have Percy L. Julian, who did a lot of things for birth control. And imagine all these inventions were done when black folks didn't have a chance in hell. Mm-hmm. Former slaves that invented the mailbox. The mailbox is ours as black people, black Americans. Mm-hmm. The mailbox, the clothing, the spatula, the ice cream scooper, the potato chip,
refrigeration. Yeah.
You're talking about dry cleaning by Thomas Jennings, but the Koreans have all the dry cleaners, but it was a black man that did it. It was called dry scouring first. You understand? You're talking about inventions of the radiator. Central heating is a black woman. The street sweeper is a black man. What? Like, it goes on and on and on, damn near everything. And so it's, what did black people do but show forgiveness by inventing all this stuff so that society can move forward? Black people could easily be like, let's just take off people's heads. Let's go on the street and just fuck everybody white up. No, we don't do that. Black people don't do that. We go get along with whoever's cool with us. We go, no, they're cool. We always judge people by content of character. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, people wake up and go, let's fuck with black people today. They're gerrymandering black people right now because they don't want black people to vote because they know black people are what makes the world go round. Black people, whether they're African, Caribbean, and black American, black people make the world go around. Every time you look at a TikTok, there's some Chinese dude pop locking. They pop locking. They doing they locking the 70s shit that black people covered already. Michael Jackson is being done right now everywhere around the world. Mm-hmm. It's the #1 movie. Sinners, another box office saver. Huh? Every black show, from Empire to Living Color saved all of these networks. Mm-hmm. Blaxploitation, Shaft saved the movie industry back in the 70s, a black movie. Yeah. I had the privilege of meeting Stan Lee. My friend worked for Stan Lee, who created Spider-Man and all that. So I hung out with Stan Lee, and Stan Lee showed me a picture. He goes, coming out of Stan Lee's, I love to brag about this, that I met Stan Lee. He was like, Godfrey, I want to show you something. You see, Wesley Snipes is the reason why Marvel is out of debt, because of Wesley Snipes. It was Blade that saved Marvel. Mm-hmm. He said it to me, man. This little Jewish man, yep. This little Jewish man from the Bronx, Stanley Leibowitz, said it was Wesley Snipes. He's the reason why Marvel, but we haven't seen another Blade in 20-something years, though.
Yep.
It's X-Men. Is X-Men? Did you ask him about X-Men? Is that based off of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King?
Yeah, it's the philosophies. Yeah, it's based off Malcolm X. As Malcolm X is Magneto, and Xavier is Martin Luther King. Mm-hmm. But you got to understand the story of Superman is Egyptian. Mm-hmm. It's about Horus, the sun god. It's Egyptian, and Offset is Supergirl. So it's constantly the black, even in fashion, they steal from like the Maasai tribe. They steal the Louis Vuitton. They steal symbols from Africa, but then yet dog the shit out of them because black folks are so dope. We're so dope that for people to hate you for not doing anything to them, it's love. Mm-hmm. It's Shakespeare.
Youth admiration.
Yeah, but it's Shakespearean almost, where they want to kill you at the same time.
Same time, yep.
So it's Shakespearean because they're like, you fucking mother, you're so great. Because how do you hate people that you copy all fucking day? Why are you always in black people's business? Why do we come up? I mean, there's white bitches and white dudes online doing nigger jokes. Like going, nigger, just out of nowhere. They just wake up and go, niggers. And black people, we're not even doing that. We're just minding our own business.
Yeah.
Because it almost seems to me that a lot of white folks, the only way they exist is by them throwing out hatred. Because I think that everybody else has a really deep culture, whether it's Mexican, whether it's Asia, whether it's India, Africa, Black America. Everybody has deep cultures, but white folks. I only know their culture for taking other people's shit. That's what they're known for, being nasty to people that you don't know, colonizing people, taking over shit. To me, that's their culture. To me, most of it.
Do the knowledge for the audience about the Black South Americans and what you know is crazy. I just saw this post the other day about this painting of pretty much like the whitening of Brazil and how they tried to do that. But then like Argentina, and you got the Colombia. Like people talk about Africa a lot. They talk about America, but they don't understand how many black people is in South America and the trials and tribulations that they're
facing.
Yeah, there's Afro Argentinians, man. I saw this whole, I was like, yo, because a lot of the Nazis went to Argentina. A lot of Nazis
talk about that.
Yeah, a lot of Nazis went to hide in Argentina and some in Brazil. So it's so amazing that wherever white philosophies go, all the bullshit starts. You know, the deforestation of the Amazon, which is in Brazil, which is the lungs of the planet. They're trying to fuck that up. But the natives, I think, won their case. The natives that are there, those dark-skinned natives in the Brazilian, the Amazon jungle, I think they won their case because they were trying to knock down those trees to ruin the ecology of the planet. That the Amazon is the lungs of the planet Earth. And the white man want to come in and fuck it all up. Like, I don't know if it's in their DNA to just destroy what is natural, because I don't think they're native to anything almost. You know, and
to talk about the cultural connection too, because even when we went to Ghana, we saw like Jamestown. We went to Jamestown, and there's a Jamestown in Virginia. But then like there's like a direct pathway from like I believe Ghana all the way to Brazil, and like a lot of the African traditions.
Oh yeah. Well, when I was in Brazil, I went to Brazil like years ago for Carnival.
You had a good time?
They thought I was from Bahia. They said, "Are you from Bahia?" I said, "No, but my people were brought to Bahia. The Yorubas, the Nigerians, were brought to Bahia." And so in Bahia, you had Angola too. Angola came to, because if you saw capoeira, you guys know about capoeira. You know, capoeira is the martial arts. You see them doing the thing. The ginga, that's the ginga. The ginga. And then the hoda is the circle. And then the berimbau is when the berimbau is what they play with the little string, the little thing. Well, that was a martial arts that was done by the African slaves. They made it look like a dance. You know, they always had to hide shit from the master. And then they turned it into a martial arts. And there's two different styles. There's regional and there's Angola. Angola is when you see them do it real slow and low. That's the Angolan style because they brought the Angolan slaves, and they have Regionals, the really fast style with the flips and all that other stuff. You know, so you know, Brazil is the blackest country outside of Africa, and but then Giselle is the representation of Brazil. She's German. The fuck are we doing? I'm not saying she's not Brazil by nationality or whatever, but stop it. You know, all these beautiful black Brazilian women, they should be the representatives of Brazil. But a lot of countries that are brown, when they have these like pageants, they have the lightest representation. The Philippines, you'd be like, it's a dark country.
For sure. Yeah.
India. It's sickening. It's I gotta give credit to European colonization. They did a good job on all of us. And then you got all these other countries that hate Negroes. They call you nigga. You're like, wait, what? You know what I mean? It's like everybody hates black people. Like black people hate black people.
And even if, like you said, even if psychologically, because I remember I was in Bali
Yeah.
Indonesia, and
And they brown as shit over there.
Yeah.
girls have umbrellas out. And I was asking the cab driver, I'm like, why is everybody wearing umbrella? They like, they don't want their skin to
They
get
don't
dark.
want to get a tan. Yeah.
It's amazing when I see an old Korean lady with an umbrella. She'll be walking like you're in LA. There'll be an old Korean lady. I just want to take the umbrella and say, ain't nobody fucking you. Stop. Just get some color in you. You'll be all right. Nobody fucking you at this point.
You're one of the brightest minds we've ever had, for sure, on this show. Amazing comedian. How did you learn all this information? And do you think the best comedians are cerebral like you? Like, who are your top 5? Like,
my top. Oh yeah,
like
my
Dick
top
Gregory.
5.
You giving me, in terms of information, one of my favorite, Dick Gregory.
Yeah,
comedians of all time.
Yeah, I
How
have.
did you master this information?
I have Pryor. You have George Carlin.
Carlin's tough, bro.
I'd be telling motherfuckers. I saw him
Carlin's
live.
tough,
I'm so blessed.
bro.
I'm so blessed to have seen him live.
Yeah.
You have Carlin, Pryor, and people can say what they want. Cosby, storytelling. You could kiss my ass, that motherfucker, boy. Other than all this other shit that happened,
Yeah.
Cosby, Paul Mooney, Red Fox. Those are my, like, the ones I watch the most still to this day.
I can see that.
And yeah, Paul Mooney is like the stuff that Paul Mooney says. Like I'm imagining them alive with all this shit happening right now.
With the backdrop of MAGA. Oh my, yeah.
Paul Mooney said, "You know why white folks are mad? White folks are mad because niggas got away. Niggas got away. Niggas got away. White folks are mad. Look at white folks. Look at they so depressed. But if slavery came back the next day, they'd be like, welcome home. We've missed you. Your room is exactly the way we left it."
Yeah.
He's like, make sure you get to bed. You got 12 jobs tomorrow. You know, he said it's so funny. Black people can barely find jobs now, but when we was slaves, we was all up in their house. We had plenty of jobs. And it's happening. Because Paul Mooney was uncut cocaine. Like
raw.
It was raw. Like, man. But it's some of the funniest. There's one of Paul Mooney's specials. Paul Mooney analyzes white America. My God. It's so funny. But it's all true. George Carlin said, "You all right? You good?" So caught the wrong pipe, son. Just cough it up, man. Let it out, son. Edit that shit, son.
That's like the COVID cough. You got you got to act like you don't have it.
Yeah, you be like, that's that vid, baby. Watch out.
Right. And then once you heard like cough more than twice, everybody was like,
yeah, cleared it out.
Like, yeah.
Yo, scrape the nostrils again, man. Something is up. Yo, get the Q-tip, baby. Get the Q-tip, son. But yo,
you funny.
But yo, those are my inspirations, man. Gregory, all those guys. I like intellectual comedy along with silly comedy because I like to balance it. But I'm okay because people go, "Yo, man, you're one of the most underrated comedians, man." Do you think? I said, well, the stuff I talk about, you got to understand. From 17, 18 years old, I started getting knowledged up a lot early in college. So you're talking about, I was around Stokely Carmichael. I was around Francis Cress Welsing. I was around Eleanor Holmes Norton, who's still a senator. I was around Sister Soldier. I know Chuck D for years. Like public. Imagine all of that. All I can be is what I am. I'm just built. I'm not built for sucker shit. That I'm just built to. I want to do a Klan joke in front of white people that come and pay money to see me. I want to. How can I do this Klan joke and have them laugh at it? There's a joke. Okay, here's an example.
If you do it in a Trump voice, they'll laugh.
Well, yeah, but here's an example of when you have a lot of knowledge. Comedy is knowledge to me. The best comics read a lot because you got to have a lot of information. That's just my opinion. There's something. I do this thing about the Klan, and I'll say, man, I love the Klan. I am a fan of the Klan, and everybody goes, what? I said, Wu-Tang. Relax, everybody, Wu-Tang, right? But I say no. I say, you know what would be great? A comic book. Wu-Tang versus Ku Klux. How fire would that shit be? So I do that. And I go, boom. I said, let me say something about the Klan. The only problem I have with them is their clothes. This shit is whack. A sheet? You guys got enough money. You've been around a long time. You got to update your shit, man. Like, I wish the Klan was black because our shit would be fly. We'd have some cold ass letters, KKK. We'd be like this, boom, boom, doing our little dance shit. So I do that whole thing and it works. Right? I said, we'll be a black Klan. We'll have the KKK and all the white kids would copy us. So that's my way of talking about something so horrendous and historically fucked up that's still around, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And I still throw it in there.
Well, Kanye did it with the black.
And yeah, Kanye just, Kanye, we're all from Chicago. It's something about Chicago guys. So Kanye does it in a way, musically he does it, but he does it like, Kanye will be like, you know how he does, he'll put a sock over his head and tell you how he feels. Kanye be like, yeah, that's right. You heard me. I said it. And this is Balenciaga, nigga,
Before we leave on that note, how do you do the impressions? How do you
impersonation? Yeah.
And can you give us a few of your favorites?
I just kind of, man, my first impersonation, like me and my brother, is our father. It was our mother and our dad. They have accents, thick accents, So one of my first impersonations was my father talking about, he sounded like Mufasa. Godfrey's not here. Mufasa? That shit. Imitating my dad's accent. That most immigrant children imitate their parents. That's your first impersonation. And then I remember, when Cosby wasn't a bad word, I would do Cosby. You see, and the people and my wife and then that, I would do that. I would do Richard Pryor. Kiss my ass, nigga. Shit. God damn, you niggas is funny, Jack. I would do Richard Pryor. I would do Paul Mooney. Like I said, oh, you some house niggas. Nigga. I like to say nigga till my teeth gets white. I would do Paul Mooney. I would do Paul Mooney, yo. I was doing, see, I don't know, old sports, Howard Cosell. I was doing, when I was little, it was like, this is Howard Cosell. I am with Muhammad Ali. And he'd be like, I told you, Joe Frazier too ugly to be the champ. I'm the greatest. I told you that. I told you, Joe Norton. I was doing Ali when I was 5. You know what I mean? I didn't know I was going to be a comedian until I was in college, but, I was doing, Ali, I'm fast. I'm so fast. I turn out the lights, get in bed before the room gets dark. I'm fast. I would do that. I would just listen and just try it. I would try it. I go, it's like an instrument. Your voice is like an instrument, like when you see people tuning in their instrument to a certain song, So even when I did Jason Statham, I was like, I'm the transporter. This is what I do. I don't give a fuck who your name is. So I would do that. I did Jason Statham in front of Jason Statham on a radio show.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would just listen to it. I go, I think I can do this. You would just tune your voice to it. Like,
how long did it take you to get the Trump down?
I was watching it one day.
The Trump is crazy.
The best one.
The Bill Clinton's like, I did not have sex with that woman. Give me a break. I never did it. It doesn't make sense. So, I just go, oh, he sounds like this. And I can go, I told you, it just, we have to understand. He's from Arkansas. He has a, accent. Yeah, but Trump, his mouth is very small.
Pause.
It's like that. Yeah. Pause. But it's like, so it's like, so I was watching him and it's very good. I can't believe we're here. Let me tell you, this is so great. You people are great. You black people, black is just a little bit. I never liked him. He's a piece of shit. He's always been a piece of shit.
The Trump is the best one.
Trump is crazy.
Because it's relevant to the times.
Yeah.
Because I was just giving you like examples real quick.
No, I'm just saying, but the Trump one is just so legendary.
I do it so much, and because I don't really do Clinton anymore. I mean, I don't really do those.
Yeah.
And Obama was like, I'm just gonna say that this guy has a problem. That's how I do my Obama, because I listen to Obama. I said, oh, he pauses a lot. We just have to, the guy's crazy, that kind of thing, So I would.
Your Carson's good too. Your Johnny Carson, for those who old.
Oh, Carson. Wow.
Carson.
Did not know that. Good stuff. Yeah. I did. I would just, I just always had an ear for imitation, you know? Like even with Shannon Sharp, Skip, I'm gonna tell you something, Skip. I was in NFL for a long time, Skip. You know, I just and when I did Deion Sanders, he's like this. Deion was like, you just gotta have confidence. You have confidence. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You ain't gonna get your check if you don't go to practice. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't go to practice. What is it? That means you ain't gonna get your check. It's confidence. You gotta have confidence. I can't be worried about you and you worried about me. It ain't gonna happen. You know, so it was just an ear. It's just a thing you have.
It's a natural gift.
Yeah. It's just a natural gift of, you know, I can't do every voice in the world, but I can do a lot of just regular people, you know. I can do voices, you know. It's like, oh, damn, how you do? I can do my comedy colleagues, you know. I was trying to do, what's his name? Vernon Maxwell. Man, Michael Jordan, that motherfucker scored on my ass. Man, shit. Man, I couldn't believe this motherfucker. Yeah.
That's
tough. Or, you know, I can, you know, that's what I do. Brian, come here, Brian. Brian, what are you doing here, Brian? Whipped cream, Brian. You know, I did cartoons back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, I was imitating, Scooby-Doo. I was, you know, just, so it's like, wow, Scoob. I mean, it's just what I would do. You know what I mean? Hey, Fred. Barney Rubble, shit like that. A lot of people did that. You imitated cartoons when you were a kid because you watched cartoons, you know.
But before we go, do you think comedy is a regional thing? Like if you have to compare cities, which cities have the best comedians?
Ooh, shit. You know, I think that Chicago's one of them.
For sure.
I mean, Deion Cole, me, shit, Cheryl Underwood, Burr.
Oh, just
hold on.
Oh, you back.
Sorry. We had like there's a girl named Just Niche. We got there's a whole bunch of other Chicago. D-Ray. Oh yeah, D-Ray, Corey Holcomb. There's like a lot of great comedians. That
New York gotta be number one.
New York got
Eddie Murphy.
But it got bigger. It's a bigger city too. And way more opportunities. Yeah, Eddie Murphy.
Chris Rock.
You got Chris Rock. You got Jerry Seinfeld. You got a lot of New York has a fantastic amount of comedians.
Lineup,
yeah, a lot, man. Yeah, but I think that it depends on as far as because Philly got a lot of good comedians. Philly, Boston. I mean, it really depends, and it really depends on how. Because I had to go to New York to get good. I went to New York to get even better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To get better is New York because of the frequency and the amount of clubs and the stage time. So you got to understand, I was doing 40 shows a week when I got to New York.
Damn. What?
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was on stage 40 times a week, my man.
That's crazy.
You can't. Yeah, it's reps for real. This a real art form for. So these motherfuckers that talk that shit that they're comedians and don't put the reps in. You're not a real one. I'm not talking about the people that are in cities that can't help it. They try their best to do as much. But I was in New York doing 40 times a week, 40 to 30 on an easy day.
That's a
you know what I'm saying? A week.
What's harder because you do both? Is stand-up comedy or Instagram sketch?
Oh, Instagram. That shit's easy.
That's easy.
It's hard work, but that's easy. Yeah, sketch has never been hard for me. It's not that hard. But stand-up is still hard. I can do it well because I do it a lot and I work on it. It's like basketball, football. You're really good at it, but you gotta go and put the work in. Yeah. You gotta do the reps. You gotta shoot the baskets, run the yards, and you run your routes. It's a physical sport. You have to be on stage. Ain't nobody dope that don't go on stage and work their shit out and just no, it don't work. It's a real craft. Unless you're a comic that has the same act and you're never changing, that's different. But I'm a type of person that I do a lot of different stuff. I'm always updating my shit because I'm on stage. I'm on stage tonight. What you talking about? And then I'm in Nashville, and this weekend I'm in go to my website, godfreylive.com for you can know my dates and all that. But I'm in between my road gigs. I'm locally on stage. I was on stage last night, the night before that at 1 a.m. I'm on stage sharpening the skills. I don't stop.
So once you get off stage, do you review the game tape or are you just going off?
I just go off. I just go. I don't usually watch a lot of my shit. I don't like watching myself. Yeah. I just go on stage.
It's a feeling thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and do this today. Maybe do this. If it changes up, I might switch up. But I'm on this. I don't play. It's not a game. It's a. I'm good at what I do because I work at it. You know, I'm a funny guy, but comedically,
it's reps.
It's an art form that has to be worked on. Don't let anybody tell you different. Or maybe it's a comedian that's still doing the same old whack ass jokes. You got and then also comedy is an evolving thing too. It's like, what else are you doing now? The times are changing. What else are you talking about? I mean, to each his own. If you're doing the same set forever, that's on you. I can't tell anybody what to do. But for me, I think that what is up with AI? What's going on with this? Do you have any technology jokes? It can't always be like, you ever fuck a bitch in the shit. Nigga, you got to fuck him but for that. Nigga, yeah. When I go, yeah. I mean, which is that's your business. But there's got to be other stuff, especially with all this shit going on in the world. You don't have anything on your perspective. Your perspective, I think, should be way more expanded with just technology, and that's what I think a real artist does. They go with the time, say, okay, it's like musicians when you see music people go, all right, I'm still gonna keep my style, but I want to still stay in the mix, but I'm gonna try and blend some of this and maybe not lose my authenticity. Yeah. You know, you like Michael Jackson was a perfect example. Every decade he got with different people. Yep. He got with different people. That's a true artist to me. You know, and comedy is the hardest art form. And people want to act like it isn't, like it's some easy shit. That's not the truth. Just because you talk about people's mamas don't mean you're a comedian at all. You know what I'm saying? It embodies a lot of different things. You know, and as you grow as a comedian, this is just my opinion. You should be adding more to your arsenal. You should be talking about other things. You're you know what I mean? You've traveled before. You have kids or whatever. There's a lot of other stuff. It doesn't have to be just this one thing. That's just how I feel, you know. You should be able to adjust to any crowd. I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn who's in the crowd. If they speak English, I'm getting you.
Selfishly, I gotta ask because I go on stage at Invest Fest. Last year, smoke shit.
What'd you say?
Last year, I killed it, right? As a comedian, though, if you have a big event, how many times a week would you be practicing leading to, like if I was shooting a special?
Oh, how long you been doing comedy?
I don't do comedy. I do investing.
Oh, investing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would go.
But take me through the mindset. Like if the date is August 9th.
Okay. And my special is when?
August 9th.
No, August. Right now to August 9th?
Like if you was preparing for like a very.
Oh, I'd be on stage every night.
Every night.
I'd be on stage every
7 days a week.
7 days a week. I told you I was doing 40 shows. I was doing 5 shows a night.
Okay.
I would be on stage every night. Plus the road shit. I would be on stage every night. If I have a fight coming up, I'm in the gym. I'm road working. I'm not missing. What the fuck are we talking about? It's every night. I eat, sleep, and drink this shit. This is a lifestyle. This ain't a hobby,
it's not
which a lot of motherfuckers on the stage do. They treat it like a hobby. You can tell. You see someone like Chappelle who's a master at this shit. All he does is stay on stage. And regardless of whether you're a Chappelle fan or not, that motherfucker eats, sleeps, and drinks that shit. Because I know Chappelle since 97. And he'll be like, Godfrey, listen, I'm going to be doing some shows and you got to come. You know, I just opened up a comedy club in Ohio. I'm telling you, it's going to be great. You know, just Chappelle stays on stage, man.
Yeah, he's going to smoke 20 cigarettes and get to work.
Yeah, and Chris Rock, when he has a special, he's a technician. He's on stage all the time, working it out. That's how it's done. Comedy has to be respected. You disrespect the art form when you fucking off thinking you that dope. Nobody's that dope. I mean, listen, there are funny people, men and women, but you got to prepare. For me, I'm talking from what I do. I'm getting on stage and I'm working this shit out. I don't want no gaps. I don't want no gaps. That's why when people come and see my show, they go, damn.
Different.
Damn.
Yeah.
I go, the damn comes from my old manager used to say, get up on stage like you got a crack problem. My old manager said, get on that stage and you'll see the nuances. You'll see the breakthroughs. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why Odell Beckham and all of them catch ball. Odell did that 9,000 times, catching the ball. When Steph Curry, there's footage of Steph Curry at 3 years old.
Yep.
He didn't just start
Same
doing
with
that.
Kobe. Yep.
He didn't just start doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry, all you see him doing all the time, dribbling. He does it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's athletics, man. You guys are athletes. You got to show up to practice.
Mm-hmm.
You don't catch the ball or shoot because you just started doing it. No, you did it 1,000 times. And comedy isn't a magic trick. And even magicians have to practice that same trick over and over. And I have magician friends, and they got to work that trick. They got to do it over and over. It's a simple thing. And anything you do,
in life,
whether you're construction, whether you're a teacher, you have to do it over and over and over again to get good at it. Comedy's the same. People think comedy is some fucking magic trick. Hell no. It's because everybody has a sense of humor, so they don't see it as oh, well, I'm funny. I make my whatever laugh. No. People think they can box because they have arms.
Mm-hmm.
And don't realize when you get in that ring, you go, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, it's a twist. I got to come from my leg. I didn't know that.
Yep.
It's a and then you got to keep it here. It's slight. It's head. It's slipping.
Science.
Boom.
Yep.
It's a sweet science. It's the same thing. Comedy and boxing are exactly the same. If you cheat boxing, you'll get knocked out in the ring in the round you didn't expect because you didn't do the road work. You didn't do the speed bag. You didn't do this like we told you. You skip steps.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Comedy is like, well, you didn't work on your special. You didn't prepare. You had 3 months and you didn't go on stage to test it out. You didn't go on stage to rewrite. And so they saw that. That's why a lot of specials are trash.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of specials are garbage because they didn't put the work in. You can't cheat comedy. I'll be trying to tell people. I'm telling people as a man that gets on stage that's paranoid that comedy's going to catch me and go, you didn't do the work.
Yep.
You didn't do the work. I go, no, I did. I swear to God.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy is like Darth Vader, bro. It'll catch you. It'll be like this. So you didn't do the work.
Yeah.
I swear to God. You think this is a hobby, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Comedy is always that thing that is always coming at you like, you better do the work. If anybody thinks they got it, as soon as you think you got it, that's when comedy knocks you off your horse. Yeah, it's a constant
that's any
work.
endeavor. Yep.
It's a constant work. That's why when I had a conversation with Eddie Murphy, I asked him, I got the privilege of talking to him, and he is the GOAT. And you go, hey, are you ever going to come back to comedy? He was like, man, he's like, even he has respect for it. He goes, man, for him to come back after 30-something years, I get nervous when I haven't done comedy in a week.
Yeah, and our expectations being so high.
Man, and the last time we saw him was Raw and Delirious.
Yeah.
When he was in his 20s. Imagine, he's 60, 63, 64 years old, or 65 or whatever. And he's still funny, but is he funny comedically at this age? Is he funny in the art form?
Mm-hmm.
He's funny in movies because he's been doing it so long, but is he funny in a stand-up? That's a different vehicle, dynamic.
Yeah.
Now it's punchlines, callbacks, it's segues. Now how do you do it? Now how do you explain your life now in a funny way for an hour?
Mm-hmm. That
takes a long time, man. You know what I mean? And I know Eddie could do it if he really decided to. I know Eddie would kill that shit. But it's just what it is. This is what I do, man. A lot of us do it. We all there's men and women all around the country and all around the world on stage all day, every day. What?
Who are like 4 or 5 underrated comedians you think don't get the shine that they should?
Tony Baker.
Yeah.
So he's from Chicago.
Yeah. Tony's tough.
Tony Baker. Let's see. I love David Tell, by the way. You got to watch it. David Tell. David Tell. He's a veteran, but David Tell. Who else? Zainab Johnson. Zainab, look up Zainab. She's fantastic. There's Yamanika Saunders.
Okay.
She's Chelsea's girl. That's Chelsea Handlers.
Okay.
Chelsea's taking care of Yamanika Saunders. We got who else? Greer Barnes, another guy named Greer Barnes, who he was on the Chappelle Show. This brother, he's a veteran, but he one of the coldest dudes on the mic.
Gotcha.
Creatively, voice-wise, accents, brother from New York. Greer Barnes. There's just a lot of unsung heroes of comedy that are so good. You know what I mean? There's another guy named Nimish Patel, Indian dude. Funny as hell. Dope, man. He's dope. Yeah, man, there's a lot of, really funny people that you just don't know about yet, or hopefully, that are dope, that are underrated. And I know I am. People go, how come you don't have specials? I go, man, shit, man. But I'm a new special coming out in the fall. It's called Rebel with a Cause. So I'm editing it now. I did it at the Apollo, so that's going to be coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now that I know how to independently raise money, I know how to do that. I'm going to be doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they say, how don't you have a bunch of special? I go, man, this business, people act like that you have a phone call to the business. Hey man, call Marvel and become a superhero. You right.
Easy.
Hey
Yep.
Marvel, what's up, man? I'm trying to be Blade. Shit.
Right.
They don't understand the business. There's levels to this shit.
Mm-hmm.
What if some people just don't like you? Maybe you talk too much. Who knows what the reason could be? But I'm not going to let that stop me, because being on social media has changed my trajectory as far as live performances, selling out all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. It's dope as shit. I'm selling merch now too. I got merch I'm selling. GodfreyLive.com. I got t-shirts. And things are going good. And thank God for social media. Woof. Man, I thank God for that.
Yeah.
For real. I tell all my colleagues, get on your social media, man. It should have been during COVID. It should have been during COVID, man. And I got on it during COVID. I thank God I did. I got out of my own way. And I said, this is my lifestyle now. My podcasting is my lifestyle. 154, lifestyle. In Godfrey we trust, lifestyle. Social media, Godfrey Comic is my social media lifestyle. Putting up content is normal for me. It's like working out. I've never not had a gym membership. I've always been in the gym since I was 17. It's a lifestyle. I got to get my workout in. Let me just do an hour, whether it's an hour, 2 hours, got to get it in. That's my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
And it shows.
And my health.
Yeah.
Health is first and foremost. I don't give a shit about anything, but my internal health, most important. I'm into that too. So that's why I look 30.
Tell the people what you just said, but any information that you want to say, website, how can they, check your live shows?
Yes, my website is GodfreyLive.com. If you want to see any of my stuff, it's, you check it out. And a lot of times clubs don't put the sales of the tickets yet. If it's 2 months, 3 months out, don't panic. But GodfreyLive.com is where everything is. My YouTube channel, Godfrey Comedian. My 154 we got a YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. Subscribe to In Godfrey We Trust channel. Subscribe to all of that because I'm in the algorithm, boy. I'm around. You know what I'm saying? I'm around. And the one thing I can say when you see me live, you will not be disappointed. If you're disappointed by the jokes, I can't do nothing about that. But as far as the funny, shit, got plenty of that shit. Real talk. I'm just going to keep it 100. I back my shit up. Some people walk out if you do Trump. I'm out of here. I'm like, all right. And I just go, you're a piece of shit. Feed it. He has a vagina. He has a vagina. He's leaving. Can you believe
my
this?
God.
I can't believe it. You have a vagina. I can see your pussy. I should come and grab it.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Very insightful conversation. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. I hope I didn't say the wrong shit. Whatever.
You cook. We love it.
It's whatever.
Midwest love forever, yo.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I always invite me back. I would love it. It'd be great.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate it.
We got to have you back.
You got it, man. How long did we talk? 2 hours? Shit.
Almost.
Yeah.
Hey. That was fun. That was great, though. It was worth it. I was like, oh, those guys. Hell yeah, I'll do that shit.
A lot of fun. You snuck this.
Appreciate it, man. We're looking forward to it for a long time, so I'm glad we got a chance to do it.
Yes, sir. All right, guys.
All right, bro. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.
All right.
Hella insightful conversation, yo. Sometimes when you got someone that great, you got to just let them cook. But notice the wisdom, the energy, and I posted this earlier. The work should feel like vacation. The work should feel like the vacation. Like if you aren't in as love with what you're doing, you're on the wrong path. You got to figure out how to have the passion inside of the work that you do. Amazing guest, yo. Amazing.
Right. And then also, I was just crazy. He said that because we was talking about school yesterday. I was just saying I don't believe in hobbies. I'm like, if you want to have a hobby, you want to go bowling once every couple of weeks. But as far as doing something and saying that's a hobby, as far as like I make music as a hobby, or I have a clothing brand as a hobby, or I make content as a hobby, or I do nail tech as a hobby. Like I don't believe in that. You're wasting your time. Quit now. I'm gonna do you all a favor. Quit now, because you're not gonna make it anyway. So if you're going to do something, like what Cam said, hustling isn't a hobby. Anything that you want to do, it's not a hobby.
Do it to the fullest.
It's not a hobby. It's not I'm just going to do this in my spare time. Let's just see what happens. It's not going to work. I guarantee you it's not going to work.
You got to go all in.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I sent this clip in Stock Club yesterday about, it's like one of them videos of Kobe. So they had the big man camp and guard camp. He was working out before the guard camp with, I think it was Kevin Johnson maybe. Went to the big man camp, took a break. Went to the guard camp, took a break. Went to go play, took a break. Worked out, took a break. That obsession, and I know that obsession word gets thrown around and people say it's bad. And they'll ask about balance, but you get to create balance from the freedom of putting the work in. Like all the greats have the same formula, whether it's Steve Jobs, me, Godfrey, Cat Williams, they're all in. Like we had a chance to see Dave Chappelle. Like it was me, P, Drew, Shot the Fuzzy, who was out in LA. Chappelle was just working the jokes for 2 hours, having fun. Come to the side. He was in there. He testing jokes out on like 8 people. Go on stage, try it. You have to have a love for this shit, yo.
And that's what people don't realize too with comics. A lot of times you'll see a comic in some random club. You'll see Kevin Hart doing a random club
randomly,
for 200 people, and it's like, why is Kevin Hart? And it's not promoted at all. And that's how they test out. That's how they test out their material.
The constant working,
the material. That's why he said that. I'm on. Like he said, if I was doing it in August, I'm every single day. So it's like that's what Ross said. Like it's just work. Like what's the point of even complaining about work? It's just work. Like let's just do it. 40 shows a week. He said he's doing 40 shows.
Hell of a gym. Even okay. And I went to Mexico, started putting pen to pad for the presentation. Right. Sent idea 3 a.m. Yo, can we do? But even for him to say that, it's like, oh, there are levels even to the prep. And you can see it on stage. Even like when I get off stage, you can tell I gave my all, but I'm like, and I always say, I watch Jadakiss and that versus battle every day up until Invest Fest, parts of it, and Cat Williams. You can see, like, even in Pimpin' Chronicles, like when Cat got on stage, from second 10 he got on stage, start smoking shit. You can see, like, Rich Paul, this really Rich Paul fault. When he got on stage, what was that, 3 years ago? Him and Junior, rest in peace to King of Chicago.
Rest in peace.
They were smoking shit on that stage. Prep, yo. Prep.
That's a fact. Be prepared. Be prepared. Stay ready so you don't got to get ready.
Same with when we met Kyrie. Kyrie, he jab stepping in the parking lot, telling them war stories about what he did to Golden State. We'll keep that off air. But the people who are best at their crap, they love it. You gotta love it, yo. You got 3 years. Well, I told y'all when we was on the video, we had 2. The Microsoft AI head said we got 18 months. Lock in, yo. Lock in. A lot of work.
That's a fact. A lot of work. All work. What Floyd used to say, all work is easy work. All work is easy work. Like just do it. Like let's just if we working towards something, let's just do it. Let's not complain. Let's not, suck our teeth about it. Let's just do it. Fuck it. Because what's the alternative? The alternative is to have nothing to do.
To regress. Yep. And that's the other part. When you lose everything, and we see it in podcasting and business, and all of a sudden things break up and you see they fall from heaven. It's like, what happened to such and such? Oh, trying to figure it out.
The worst, I'll tell you what, the worst thing you can do is have nothing to do. There's people in a hospital bed right now that have nothing to do, that wish they had the opportunity to be running around. There's people, I speak to people that's incarcerated. They've been incarcerated for 20 years. They wish they had the opportunity to be on the streets, to run around, and like they do the same thing. They really have nothing to do. Like they're making up things to do just to pass time.
The time is eating them alive almost.
Or there's people that's dead. Like once you go in that box, you're not coming out. So it's like we're here, we healthy.
We're blessed too.
Yeah.
Think about what he said on social media. To build this pre-social media, pre-internet, it would have cost probably $3 or $4 million a year we'd have to buy an AM station or mail out. Like I was telling Xander the other day, like to get on the internet back on the day, you had to get a CD from AOL, put it in the computer, and connect to dial-up. Like the things you can just casually watch on your phone and how you can produce things costed 1,000 times what it will cost now. Take nothing for granted, work your ass off. I promise you life is, and you feel so much more fulfilled doing it this way opposed to I'm chilling. Because the worst thing is to have something going and then to lose it and try and get it back. I know people always say, well, you're not a real hustler unless you lose it and get it back. Don't lose it the first time. That shit sound good. You lose everything, no one's going to help you.
That's a fact. And then also it's the one type of person who's like, look, it's going to take me 100,000 just to get out of bed. I make so much money. Be careful with that type of mentality, because a lot of people that thought like that is broke now. And I always say, Rick Ross, I never forget it. Say what you want about him, but InvestFest, he came to InvestFest. You know, we booked him for InvestFest. He had Rock the Bells in New York Festival during the day. He performed. He flew to Atlanta. He performed at InvestFest, and then he flew right back to New York. To do a club hosting that night. And that's why he has a private plane. He not stop. You could book Ross. You could book you listening. You guys listening. You could book Ross.
Yep. Interview, performance.
Yo, he ain't turned down no money.
No money.
He ain't turned down no money. I heard Jim Jones say this too when he was like, "Look, I get booked. I don't care what it is. I get booked for 10. I'm gonna make 50 by the end of the weekend because I'm gonna do a club hosting. I'm gonna say I'm in town. You got 3, 5, whatever you want to do. Let's do a feature. You want to do a podcast with me? Let's go." He's like, the homie got a cooking show that he want me to come through. They want me to do a wine tasting,
do a verse.
Social media promo. He said, I'm gonna turn 10 to 50 every weekend. I'm gonna turn 10 to 50. He's another one. Shout out to Jim, booked for InvestFest. He's an InvestFest legend. Actually, he's been to almost everyone. But I seen it firsthand. We book him for InvestFest. He's gonna be hosting a party.
Yeah, for sure.
In Atlanta.
He's gonna
be hosting a party in Atlanta 100%. He's probably gonna stay a couple of days. I'm sure he's gonna do features with some artists that you've never heard of before. He's going to end up quadrupling what he came for.
Fat Joe, same way. Fat Joe gonna move around, get it back. Cool. Right. You want social media promotion? You want a verse? You want me to A&R? Work. Dario. Anthropic working. They just snatched up one of the former founders of OpenAI. Everyone's working, bro. Love the work. The work.
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right, man. We got so many topics, but we ran a little over time.
We ran over time. Drake, 3 albums. Work.
Max B, stop, please. Respectfully.
Maxwell Benjamin. I don't know what Max B stand for. I love the wave. I love what you put pen to pad for that you didn't maybe get credit for. When we get to this New York list, though, I'm an honorary New Yorker. Listen, chill, bro.
Stop, please.
Because I can go down a list of names going from 89 through now that were hot as fish grease. That were Black Rob, G-Deb, fucking Fushnikins, Brand Nubian. You gotta put some respect on them legends. Busta Rhymes, Alone, Mason Betha.
It's too many.
Come on, the both Harlem World move, the music movement and the other Harlem World What?
We gotta stop. We
Gotta stop, yo. And it's okay to exalt yourself and say I'm great, but you can't shit on the people that are great. G Unit, Funk Flex, K Slave, God rest his soul. What?
Nah, it's not good. Not a good idea. Shout out to Max, but not a good idea. All right, we got a lot. Next week, we're going to talk about all the topics that we didn't get a chance to talk about this week. Shout out to Godfrey. Make sure you check out Earn Your Leisure tomorrow at 12 o'clock. We got the brother.
It's a classic one.
Yeah, man. Country Wayne, he one of them ones, man. And
put in the work. He's another one. Even I told my social media team, what was this, 4 days ago? Yo, no 7 minimum. I'm looking at what Wayne's doing. And I keep telling y'all, our group chat, light, work.
That's
work.
Right. 1,200 pieces of content every single month.
That's crazy. That is like when I looked at that, that's like the Kathy Wood arc strategy.
Facts.
It's the arc strategy, except he's holding on to the pieces of content long term, which she held short term. And you can argue if Kathy would have held, she would have amassed the empire unlike one we've never seen. He's holding long term. And this is the interesting part about the interview too. I can't wait to see it. He hasn't even hit mainstream yet.
That's why he said he's gonna be the biggest star in Hollywood because he already built it without Hollywood.
So he built the infrastructure. Yeah.
When he gets Hollywood, now they just gonna put gasoline on the fire.
And if he go international and hit those micro drama markets, my first thought, if he get to Korea, China, Mexico with that blueprint,
yeah,
over with.
Africa, Bali,
big. I didn't want to say it. So
Hollywood, like he got
the blueprint work.
He got the blueprint. He got the blueprint. So yeah, make sure you tap in, get your tickets to Invest Fest.
Please do.
August 7th through August 9th, the lineup has been announced. So man, we going for it again. We're going for it again. 6 rings. Michael Jordan.
I gotta find a club to work on this material at. Big J, I need to be at camp so I can perform my material. Matter of fact, Big J, I need to be at camp anyway. I missed the Dice Man. You know what I mean?
Shout out to camp.
Yeah. What?
Camp.
Mm-hmm. Do the work, yo. Oh, Stock Club call Sunday 4 p.m. Triple header. The finishing presentation now. Great time, a great creative zone, man. I appreciate you, Troy. Even Brandon. Smoked in the video, smoked on a call Monday. Like Brandon make me feel dumb. It was some shit. I was like, wait, how?
Shout out to Brandon, man. He's one of the ones. He'll be at the Best Fest.
Do the work, bro.
He's one of the ones, man.
Iceman turn.
Iceman turn. Iceman turn.
J. Cole, I love you. We got to make that call, though. It's time. We got to make that call.
So you never called me back.
Crazy. Crazy.
All right, y'all. It's been real.